Hey everybody, welcome back to Parenting on the Ranch. So today we are fixing this tire on Cassie's bike, so stick around.
We are a family of 5 living on a ranch in Texas.
On our channel, we will cover a variety of topics. These are solely based on our experience and opinions, and we do not hold any degrees in childhood development or education.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Parenting on the Ranch. So, like I said, today we're going to be fixing a tire that does not hold air on my youngest daughter's bike. I also have to do it on my oldest daughter's bike as well. We have 2 tubes that we're going to be replacing with that, and I'm kind of going to take y'all along with my journey of doing this. It's been, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 years or so since I replaced a tube on a bike. So we are going to try and see how we can do, and hopefully we will get it fixed up. So I'm going to move this over to my workstation and see if we get this tire off, and we'll go from there. So, but before we do that, please make sure you click on the subscribe button as well as the bell icon down in the bottom right hand corner so you don't miss any of our videos. Alright, now let's get to work. Alright, so first thing we have to do is take the wheel off. Now, you need either a either open face wrench or a crescent wrench like this, or I have these handy little auto adjusting grippers that will automatically adjust to different screws. This one I believe will go from like I don't know, maybe a ½ inch or so down to like a ¼ inch or something like that. So we are going to take this wheel off. So first off, make sure you have hole of both sides, and they're going to go opposite of each other, but they're still going to go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Some bikes will have a keeper that is on the back side of the wheels or on one side of the nuts, and it just kind of locks in place there, and the nut goes on top of it to hold it in place, and it kind of keeps it in from falling off even if it is loose. So make sure you keep that and don't lose it. Alright, so it's actually on both sides. It didn't have to move the camera. So you have to take that off, take this off. I'm just going to go ahead and take the nuts all the way off. And there we go. Tire is off. Move this bike out of the way. Make sure and put all your nuts and stuff where you won't lose them. And then we need to get a slotted screwdriver, probably 2 of them. And you'll go in very carefully, put your screwdriver in, and you'll kind of pull up and out, and that'll flip the tire out on the outside of the rim, and you just kind of work yourself around. All right, we have it fully on one side. Now we need to push the valve stem back so it's out, and pull the tube out. So now we're going to take and we're going to slightly inflate the tube just to give it some shape. So I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go inflate this a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got it slightly inflated, not too hard, not too soft. It's still kind of pliable a little bit. I'm going to leave the cap of it off until after we get it on the tire. And then we're going to first off put the valve stem, or try and put the
let's come back on.
Actually, before we put this back on, we need to make sure there's nothing sharp on the inside here that could have caused the puncture, which there's not.
What about the other side?
Alright, so now the fun part begins. I'm going to try to feed this in here. We want to try and get it as close to the hole as possible. Now this thing says you want to put the valve stem in the hole first. So we're going to try and do that. You got to kind of try to make it as close to it as possible, and where the actual hole is, so that it stays and lines up. Alright, got it started in there and it's pretty straight. So now we're just going to work the tube end around the rest of the way into the tire, just like that. Pull the valve stem down so that it's good and straight. Now comes the part of getting the tire back on the rim. So we're just going to kind of push with our thumb a little bit, maybe. See if we can get it back on, which seems to be going pretty easy. At least until we get to the end. Might have to have a little bit more persuasion. Just make sure that you are easy with the screwdriver so that you don't pop the new tube that you put in there. There we go. Got it. Alright, now let's put this back on the bike and we'll air it up the rest of the way and see if it holds. What we're going to do. Got the tire back on to the bike. Make sure you put your tire keepers back on there and hooked in the hole. And screw your nuts down, just kind of hand tight a little bit. Do it on the other side. Your bike may or may not have these tire keepers, I'm not sure. If everyone has it now, or if it's just younger ones. But again, like I said, you want to make sure that you keep it even with the forks so that it's straight up and down with the horn here. And we'll tighten it down. So I kind of like try to do half turn on one side, half turn on the other to make sure that it stays even. One side is good and it's tight, the other side not yet, so we're going to keep going down on it until it is tight. This one, it seems to have a lock nut on the back side, so it'll only go down so tight. There we go. Alright, now we're going to air it up and go from there. Okay, so the back one was a little different than the front. There was two nuts on here. I had to take this bolt off and then the keeper, and then there was another bolt on there that kept it on there. I also had to take off this part here, which keeps the wheel on in case it gets loose, and I also had to take off the chain cover, or the chain guard, which simply you remove a screw here and you remove a screw here, and that's all there was. So I got it all put back together. It works. It's aired up. I don't know why one side is kind of higher than the other. I don't know if y'all can see that. If any of y'all, whoa, if any of y'all out there work on tires, work on bikes, why is it doing that? Let me know in the comments below, please. Other than that, I guess we're good. All right, and that is how you change a tire on a bicycle. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. We're just going to air this up now, put the cap back on the valve stem, and it'll be all set for my daughter to ride it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to give the bike to her and then do the larger tire for my older daughter, and that'll be it. So thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click on that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you don't miss anything. And if you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends. And that's it. So until next time, please check out these videos until we have another video coming out. So until then, happy parenting.